Hi, I'm Joy.
And I'm Will.
And together we are
Primary Tenant Pod.
No,
No, we didn't do the harmony. Wait, okay, we gotta do it again. We sang the same part.
Okay.
Dude.
Primary Tenant Pod. Okay, that's
There we go.
much better.
That's
Oh my god. We've had such a long layoff that I forgot how to sing our own theme song.
That is very bad.
That's embarrassing.
yeah. So apologies for not having released an episode in forever.
It's been quite a month.
It's been more than a month.
It's been more than a
Yeah.
month. Well, yeah. Let's just say a
Basically,
month.
I was stricken with the demon plague that has been hitting everyone.
Yeah.
And my throat is still a little bit raw, actually. You can maybe hear it, but basically I was in no fit state to record anything. So,
Yeah. We really wanted to record for like the last 2 weeks or something like that, but it just could not be done without,
Exactly.
And I
yeah.
had finals, which also wasn't the best. but
Finals,
at least-
demon plague, it all came together.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are here today. Since we last recorded,
The Goldeneyes.
the Goldeneyes have played 7 games.
That's insane. And we've only, not spoilers, we've won 2 of those games. And out of the whole list of games, we've 7 games, we've come out with 7 points out of a possible, how many?
21.
Exactly. That's delightful. Wow. I don't know about you.
So we got 2 regulation wins, I guess, and
Yes.
then 1 OT lost point against Minnesota there. And our overall season record so far,
Yeah.
3-1-1-7.
Exactly. And we're like over a third of the way through our season right now.
Yeah, we played 12 games.
We've played 12 games. Ouch, honestly.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Yeah. We don't love starting these episodes with like bad news.
Yeah, like a litany of the losses and
Since the
failures.
last time we saw you, the Goldeneyes haven't won anything. It's not true, but
No,
I don't know. It was.
There have been some bright spots.
There have been some bright spots. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been interesting so far in the season because like people were talking about the Pacific Coliseum home magic and everything.
Yeah.
And then kind of at the tail end of that 3-game homestand or whatever that was felt like forever ago because it was in December. They lost the Montreal Victoire, and then we were kind of like, oh, bummer, but maybe now we can finally get a road win. And then the Goldeneyes went on the road, and there was that like home game that was actually takeover tour, so it didn't count the same. And then it was just loss after loss until finally you get that away win.
Yeah.
In Boston, which that was a great game.
Well, Detroit.
Oh yeah, that's
We
right.
staggered into Detroit and then we won against Boston.
I keep forgetting that it wasn't actually in Boston. That was another
Yeah.
takeover game. But yeah, it was an away game, and it was the first one we actually won. So it was like, okay, finally get the monkey off our back. And Izzy Daniels said something in that game. I think she was the first star in that game. She was like, yeah, maybe now this is kind of finally the turnaround for our season and everything like that. And then I also had a lot of hope in my spirit, and I still do.
Yeah.
But then after that game, it was like kind of yet more losses. They kind of followed the pattern of previous ones, and I don't know. It's an interesting spot to be in the season, I think.
Yeah, because on one hand the standings are still very tight.
They're very tight.
It's not like Boston isn't unbeatable anymore.
Yeah.
We're tied with Seattle in terms of points, except they have games in hand. Am I correct?
Yeah. So basically, the Boston is on top with 23. We're recording this on January 12th, so this is just kind of the standings as they are today.
Mm-hmm.
Boston's at the top with 23 points, but then the points, like the standings from 2 to 6 are literally, it's 1 point down. It's like 17, 16, 15, something like that. Or 18, 17 or something like that. Like 2 to 6. They're all within 1 point of each other, essentially. And then the drop off from there is a little steeper. I think it's Toronto, and then we're tied with Seattle with 12 points. But yeah, Seattle has 2 points, two games in hand on us. So
Yeah, but if the other team starts stuttering and lost a few games in a row, and then we won a couple games in a row, we could theoretically be again in that playoff race.
exactly, yeah.
So
it's like it's not completely.
also, I say we, I mean the team.
Yeah.
We are obviously not the team.
No, I was actually thinking about that, what you just said. I was editing our last episode, and I was like, we say we too much. Like,
Yeah,
this is actually we're not on the team. It's
exactly.
Let's just hold back on that a little bit. But the Goldeneyes,
Yes.
yeah, we are dead last in the league.
You said it immediately.
What? It's a hard habit to break. Okay.
It's a very
The
difficult.
Goldeneyes are last in the league, tied in points with Seattle, our nemesis, our friends.
Yes.
But they have games in hand on us. So it is kind of a do or die kind of situation. Every game feels like that, but now we have like honestly less than 2/3 of the season left. We're creeping towards halfway through. I think we've played 12 games and we have 18 left.
Yeah.
18 games left in the season, so it's like
I know, but I do want to say, things might be sad. It might be January and depressing and raining all the time, and you know.
There's a window right there, and it's a rainstorm. I don't know.
Yeah. We're recording also on the day of an atmospheric river.
Yeah.
That might be
torrential.
happening. Oh, come on. Stop invoking Seattle. But we have hope. That's what I wanted to say.
Yes. I don't know, because, okay, I was also thinking about last year. Last year, I was obviously a huge Ottawa fan.
Yeah.
And Ottawa they also had a really shaky start to their season. I remember kind of feeling the same way I do right now. Every win felt kind of, hard fought for. But they managed to really kind of take off kind of more in that second half. And that was what eventually got them to the playoffs and what shot them to the final. Obviously, there were some other factors in play with them. I don't want to say the Matchmark injury was good, because it wasn't good. But Phillips
was able to take
really
over.
proved herself as one of those top tier goalies in the league. And that was kind of what did it. And we've been having good goaltending, but not, I wouldn't say superstar steal you a game type goaltending. But it is tough to rely on your goalies when your offense isn't doing anything either.
Yeah.
So
when when your two leading scorers are defenders, that is tough. That's obviously Jakes and Thompson. Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. Yeah, I kind of want to get into that a little bit. So right now, our top scorers are Thompson. She has 8 points, and Thompson has 8 points. Jakes has 6 points.
Yes.
And Jakes is our leading goal scorer with 4. So now, obviously, those were our two marquee signings, right? Our two marquee defensive signings. Yeah. And they've proven themselves to be basically exactly what they were advertised as. I'm really, really happy with them so far. But it is tough when your two defenders, your two-star defenders are the ones leading the team in scoring. It's not supposed to be that way. It's where are our marquee forwards that were signed?
Yeah. Well, obviously we know where Sarah Nurse is injured.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the other forwards have been a little bit slower to kind of start producing. Miller just got her first goal recently. Same with Karvinen. Yeah. So let's actually talk about that in terms of the positives that we keep trying to bring up, and then we keep going doom and gloom again. The positives that have happened in the last spate of 7 games or so include, again, players getting their first goals for us, which is really important. That's always a big boost.
Yeah, exactly. Hannah Miller, didn't she have a 3-point night with that goal she scored?
She did.
That was incredible. The team needed that. We also as fans needed that.
Yeah, that was the Boston win, by the way.
Yeah,
that was the win against Boston. It was our first road win, and that was
against the monster at the top of the league.
Yeah, so that was Hannah Miller's first goal.
Yeah. And obviously Izzy Daniel as well has scored 2 goals since last episode, and I was really worried about her and probably doomering a little bit more than I should have, to be honest. But
yeah, she maybe heard that and was like, I'll show you a thing or two. You think you know what you're talking about? No, you freaking don't.
I would like to think that she'd not actually hear that.
Hopefully not. Yeah.
Yeah. But
she went up. Yeah, she's been moved up to the top line now.
Yeah.
Izzy Daniel.
I always knew she could. That's another thing. Even when I was, kind of, expressing my fears, I still really did have belief.
Yeah, that strange era of Izzy Daniel 4th line was not a comfortable place to be, and I think she proved that she does not belong there. She belongs at the top.
Yeah, and so that made me especially very, very happy to see, now that she has 2 goals, and hopefully we'll get more. Yeah. And obviously, big news is that coming back from injury, Nina Job-Smith.
Yeah, saying Job-Smith is tough. Job-Smith is Nina Job-Smith. Katarina Job-Smith. Anyway, she's back.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, just recently.
She's played 2 games so far for us.
Yeah, and I think she's been listed as 7th defender both times. She hasn't played huge minutes or anything like that, but I think she looks good. I'm actually quite happy with there might be a little bit of rust, but
yeah, I mean, coming off an injury like that.
Yeah, she hasn't played at all this season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so happy that she's back. And again, we haven't seen that much of her, but from what I've heard from other more informed people, such as Daniel Wagner, she I don't know, just pop her further up in the lineup, top 4, play with Ashton Bell. I would love to see that.
Yeah. I saw you sneak that in.
Yeah. Well, I remember at the beginning of the season, there were people asking, could Job-Smith play with Bell? And I was like, well, I don't know about that, blah, blah, blah. But now I'm just like, do it.
Believe her. Do whatever you, yeah, sure.
The rest of the defense has been shuffled up in the last couple games. So, before it was, Bell, Thompson, Bell, and then they kept the Frost pairing of Channel Watkins and Jakes. And then, I guess the bottom pair was, Greco Bard or whatever. But now, the top pairs have been kind of swapped with a little bit. And Sam Skevich had a turn at the top, and And now, Thompson Jakes is actually like the top pair now.
I know. And
yeah. And people were saying like they never really played that much together in Minnesota. So people, at the beginning of the season, people were like they probably won't play together now, especially with Channel Watkins being on the team as well. But now it looks like they actually are being played together, which is fascinating. Yeah. I guess they were like, we need more offense, and you put two offensive defenders together, and hopefully that overcomes the. I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Because again, they are our leading scorers in points and goals. So,
yeah,
go out there, make some magic happen. I don't know. I actually don't know what the reasoning is there. Obviously, like I don't really know that much, but
what is kind of fascinating to me actually with Job Smith back is that Sam Miskevich is being scratched.
Yeah.
And which is fascinating. She was on that. She was kind of listed on the top pair for a while, and she was being played, good minutes and everything. And now she's out of the lineup.
Yeah, I do wonder about the bottom pair defenders you were mentioning earlier.
Greco and Bard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is this where I decide to say, Bard, you are disappointing me? She should be scratched, and suddenly she'll explode for,
Maybe we should just try that. Maybe just go. You know who I think has been a little bit shaky lately? Sydney Ward.
I decided that she was one of my favorites towards the start of the season, and I haven't lost that yet. I think she's a fun person.
I think so.
You
met her, right?
I did, yeah.
At the signing event at Robson Square.
Exactly, I did. And she was really nice, so I'm a huge Bard believer.
Yeah.
But just, because of the track record of our podcast, so, track record, one data point.
Let's just see if it keeps going.
Exactly.
Yeah. It worked for Izzy Daniel. Maybe it'll work for Bard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please be better. We really like you. No, but it genuinely is. Also, we wondered, kind of before when this was just hypothetical with Job Smith coming back, we were like, could Samoskevich be moved up into a forward position? They're not playing her there either right now.
Yeah.
So it looks like she's just.
I wonder if that was out of necessity, because it's not really necessity right now. We do have someone who has that spot.
Lappin.
Yeah.
Because we're just guessing she would be bumped to the 4C spot, Samoskevich that is. But yeah, we have someone there who's been playing there the whole season, and they're not going to take Lappin out. She's been, okay, I guess. And
yeah.
Oh,
I'm just so
roster math. Being the coach must be so hard.
I was just like, we're sitting here kind of going like, oh, I wonder why they're doing this. It's like, I don't need to know actually. I can just see what happens on the ice and then, form my conclusions. But I don't have to actually worry about this as part of my job.
Yeah,
it's lovely.
Yeah, all we have to do is yap about it.
I know.
Yeah,
kind of like wildly
get emotionally affected.
Yeah, kind of wildly wrong opinions and then just keep chattering.
We're not being paid for this. Imagine being paid to come up with this stuff. The stress. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Tough job. But you are being paid for it, so you do have to do a good job.
Exactly. Brian. Are we on first name terms?
Not Brian with a Y, Brian with an I. Just making it not our friend Brian. Anyway. Yes. The offense, the forward lines have also been shuffled around a little bit. I think those are kind of have been more changeable though, especially kind of. Yeah. We talked about Daniel being bumped up. Katie Chan is on the fourth line again. Vanashova has kind of been in the third line for a while.
Yeah.
The centers are pretty consistent. Miller is kind of being listed as the first as the 1C now, which she was playing as anyway for a while, even when Rosenthal was being listed there. Time on ice wise, Miller was definitely taking on more of that burden.
Yeah. Actually, one thing I find really interesting is that of the players, I took a very quick look, and I know that plus minus is not the most reliable statistic. It doesn't tell you everything of what's actually happening on the ice, obviously. Vanashova was one of the few plus players. She's a +1 at the moment.
Oh, we love that.
Of the entire roster, and obviously the defenders take on more of that hit because they're on just on the ice more. I think Jake's especially. I think it's not fair to her really. But yeah, Vanashova is a plus, and she's sneakily kind of grabbed up some assists.
Yeah, so I was looking at kind of the rest of our top scorers. Obviously, our top scorers are 2 defenders, and then we have 4 players tied for third with all of 5 points. Some of them have more goals, I guess. Vanashova has no goals, but she has 5 assists. So she's doing something kind of right, I guess. But you can also tell she's horribly snake bitten. She has her chances.
Yeah.
She gets in there and then thwarted every time.
I know, from the very first game of the season, I was thinking, oh, she could have scored there.
Yeah. It was the same with Karvinen. Karvinen also had a number of good offensive chances that could have gone in. It just didn't until with the latest game or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Vanishova is so due. I don't know, like
I
every
know.
single time I watch her, I'm just like, this has to be it, right?
Do you want to make a couple prognostications for the next game or next couple games against the Scepters?
Okay.
Because we're playing the Scepters twice next.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Which obviously I'm excited for. I have my Scepters cap right here. Gonna wear this to the game when we play them for the only home game in Vancouver this month.
Yeah, the 22nd.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wore my Ottawa jersey to the Ottawa home game, so I guess you should be able to wear your Toronto stuff.
I will be wearing my Toronto stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously rooting for the Goldeneyes, but I need to get some use out of it. Yeah. And,
anyway.
you know, cry that we don't have a Hamalte. Anyway.
Prognostications.
Yes.
You wanted to say.
I want to predict a player each that we think is going to score in the next game.
Okay.
And who we haven't already given a bit of a lambasting to propel them to greater success.
All right. Well, would it just be cheating to say Vanishova?
No, it would not be cheating.
I'll just say Vanishova then.
Okay, you're going to say Vanishova.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I actually came up with this exercise. Now I have to think of a player who isn't Vanishova because I was going to say Vanishova.
Yeah. Cindy Bard doesn't have a point yet, so maybe just predict a point for Cindy Bard.
I could predict a point for Cindy Bard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll predict 2 points for Cindy Bard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now we move on to other players who are not Cindy Bard. Or
Okay.
Teresa Vanishova.
I want Belle to score again.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah.
Belle has been. I mean, that is Belle's game. I think it was a little bit quieter. She's not one of those. She's not a flashy
I
defender.
think that's why people were a little bit confused when we picked her first overall in
Yeah.
the expansion.
Yeah, because she was a defensive horse with Ottawa. And
Yeah.
we need that.
We do.
But I feel like she also has had a few shaky defensive moments. But maybe that just comes with the unfamiliarity of just the new teammates.
Yeah, like who's gonna cover who?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know. I wouldn't know. I don't play. So, but yeah.
I think Belle could be due for something. Yeah, and Anna Seghetti.
Oh yeah.
I don't think Anna Seghetti has a point yet, actually.
Really.
Yeah. So I would like to predict.
Can I verify that very quickly?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Keep talking.
Oh, you want me to keep talking?
Yes.
I was about to pause. Okay. Goldeneyes, we love the Goldeneyes.
Intermission with the Goldeneyes.
It's my favorite hockey team. Ever since I started watching them, the Canucks are dust to me.
We're literally winning over the Montreal Canadiens right now.
The Canucks?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish the Goldeneyes had beat the Victoire! But they were not able to.
I love this. This is so much fun. Just a little musical interlude.
Yeah, just gotta
Sorry,
keep
I'm just
singing.
staring at my
Gotta
phone.
keep singing.
Okay.
Who's on our team? Katie Chan's on our team. Sydney Bard's on our team. Michelle Carvinen is on our team. This is so embarrassing. Whatever.
Okay, I think you're correct. She has not had a point so far.
Seghetti.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think right now she's centering Vanishova on the third line, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that it should be Vanishova goal assisted by Seghetti in the Toronto game.
Yeah. I think you're right. Okay. I'm trying to make sure. Yes. One last check. Yes.
We're good?
Yes. So point
Okay.
for her as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to speak into the universe.
Okay.
Yeah, and of course, you always want to predict like marvelous things like hat tricks and everything for your favorite players. But if you want to be slightly more realistic, the Goldeneyes have had their offensive struggles.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
maybe like if we would be realistic, maybe not like a hat trick, but a goal would be sweet.
I know.
And that's the thing is that I feel like the team has cleaned it up offensively. When you look at the losses lately, they haven't been as bad as the losses that we started out with on that first road trip, the 5-1, the 5-1. That
like our first game, we let in
3 goals. Yeah,
3 goals.
Like those games were pretty bad defensively.
But in our last loss, we didn't score anything against the Victoire. We only did let in 1 goal.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, so like the goalies had been on it. I think the defense has been tightened up. We're still getting mostly outshot in every game we play in, but it's not as bad as it used to be.
Yeah.
So like you look at like the recent losses, it's like 2-0 or like 4-2, and 2 of those are empty nets, or it's like Joy said 1-0, 2-1, stuff like that. Those are.
I feel like those are more in line with like average PWHL game results, where it's not like a super huge
blowout.
Yeah,
so like
the season started really interestingly for the whole league in terms of that kind of
it has
lopsided
normalized
disparity, but it's normalized since.
Yeah, I'm really glad that it normalized because that was a really weird place to be in.
Yeah.
Just like you never knew from one night to the next which team was going to be blown out 4-0. It was really odd.
Honestly, it was kind of fun as long as it's not your team.
Yeah, it was our team a little bit too much, but
yeah, exactly.
It has somewhat normalized, but now it's kind of like, okay, you're losing a game 2-0 or you're losing a game 1-0. You need to be able to score more, basically.
Yeah.
You have to get more out of your offense. And it is tough when, you know, your defenders are the ones. Sophie Jakes had a beautiful, beautiful goal against Ottawa, I think. She can do marvelous things like that, but like, where are the forwards?
Well,
Help.
this is not to keep always coming back to where's Sarah Nurse,
Yeah,
you know, but
that's true.
it is hard when like your top forward is out, and it has been out basically the whole season. You know, like
that's true.
She's a point per game. You know, sorry, I had to.
She's literally a goal per game.
Yeah.
Guys, when Sarah Nurse comes back, we will be unbeatable. Yeah, that is kind
crossed.
of the crazy thing. Like, I just keep forgetting that Sarah Nurse is actually on the team, which feels wrong. You know, coming into it, she was the player that everyone was talking about. You know, one of them anyway. And it just feels like, I don't know, the season's gone on, and I feel like I'm just kind of forgetting about her, which is crazy.
Yeah. This is me also drumming up hope that she will be back soon, because obviously the Olympic roster announcements have come out. Of course, there'll be basically no PWHL being played during February.
Are there any games at all?
I don't think so. I don't know. But I'm just going to say, like, the month of February is essentially the Olympic block.
Yeah, we just skip from January to March, basically, in terms of PWHL, actually.
Yeah. So, no PWHL, but we do have Olympics, and of course there are a number of PWHL players that have been announced for Olympics, including Goldeneyes players. Yeah. Sarah Nurse notably was announced for Team Canada, which makes me think, I mean, there was a bit of waffling among in the announcement. Like, she might be there, she might not be there, but the fact that they think that she could be actually playing in the Olympics and like having a positive contribution, brings me hope. You know.
We haven't heard really any kind of positive news as regards the Sarah Nurse injury lately. I think like head coach Idalski said,
now he's head coach Idalski. Now he's not Brian anymore.
I mean, it was like a week or so ago or something like that. Maybe when he was like, Sarah Nurse will be out for a couple more weeks or whatever. We don't know if she's skating right now. Like, we don't really know if she's even kind of on the ice at the moment. I mean, it was an arm injury, it looked like, so, but yeah, we just don't know when she's coming back, really. There's kind of a lot of mystery surrounding that, so it's hard to kind of give any definite... It's hard to kind of have hope when it comes to the Sarah Nurse, the status of Sarah Nurse.
I know, but I'm clinging to any silver lining I can find. And if that silver lining is she will not be playing in the PWHL, she'll be playing other hockey, then I'll hold on to that.
I mean, Olympic hockey is the best hockey. Right?
Exactly, so. Yeah. With my primary allegiance obviously being Vancouver, you understand why I phrased it that way. Yeah.
But we know what Sarah Nurse did in the last Olympics.
Yes.
So I'm hoping that she can come back and be effective in these games.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were not happy about the Canadian Olympic roster selection. So
not
some of those more controversial choices.
Dive into that too much.
Sarah Nurse, but
we do have other players who have been announced for other teams other than Canada.
That's right.
Karvinen, obviously.
Finland. Even though she doesn't speak Finnish, which I was very amused to learn from her Jocks and Jill's interview. Not a lick of Finnish. I find that really funny. Right?
Yeah.
So there's Karvinen, Team Finland.
Yeah.
Vanishova, Czechia. And then we have Thompson, Jakes, Nurse, Mashmeyer. I feel like I'm forgetting someone for Team Canada. Gardiner. Yeah, that's right. Gardiner has been great.
Yes.
You know, like she's in the top, I guess, 3. You know, a bunch of players are tied for 3rd or whatever, but she has 5 points. I feel like she should have more because she hustles.
She's always noticeable.
She's always creating something.
Yeah,
and she's on the top line right now with Miller. And oh God, who is it?
This is time for my musical interlude. I'm gonna keep singing till we find out the name.
Daniel,
yay!
That's what we're talking about. Daniel Topline. Yeah. So I think I like that kind of line. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens when Sarah Nurse does come back because I don't know. You can't move Gardner. Sarah Nurse is the center, so Hannah Miller 2C. Anyway,
it will be figured out by greater minds than us.
Yeah, or when Nurse comes back, they might play her further down the lineup because she's coming back from injury.
Yeah. Again, we don't know.
Yeah.
I love wild, baseless speculation.
Yeah.
That's a joke, by the way. Anyway.
Gardner is so good, and she deserves to be on the Olympic team. And honestly, I think she deserves to be on the top line with Marie-Philippe Poulin.
I'm trying to think, is there anyone else we're forgetting for Olympics? Did Job Smith get announced?
She did, yeah.
Team Germany.
Team Germany.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, we're very happy about that.
Katarina Job Smith. I'm so excited.
I didn't actually know that was her full name until I checked the announcement.
I know. My eyes kind of went on it a little bit. I was like, Katarina. But yeah. I was like, yeah. So
that's cool.
I'm so excited. And we're watching World Championships last year, which is actually the first international women's hockey I ever watched on the senior level, because before that, I didn't know how to watch games online yet.
Moving on.
Yeah, I remember seeing her play, and then she was kind of one of the only people really kind of being able to compete for Germany, kind of against that higher level competition and everything, and then learning that she was from North Vancouver and she had a German mom and stuff like that was really exciting.
A German mom potentially from Hamburg.
Exactly, yeah.
Like our primary tenant mom.
Yeah. Like, not to just keep harping on the fact that we basically have the same family background as Nina Job Smith, but I think it's just really cool. I find it kind of... did she go to German school as a kid, do you think? Apparently there is one on the North Shore. Like, was she forced to go to German school just like we were?
Oh, the memories. Yeah. Some of them positive, some of them not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, we can't forget, for the Olympics, a player that never actually set foot on Goldeneyes ice for us in a game, but lives on forever in our hearts.
Yes.
As an inaugural Goldeneye, and that's Denisa Shishova.
Shishova.
Who's also going to the Olympics, obviously, for Czechia. And
I'm actually really happy about that.
We're big fans of her.
I still have not given that. Yeah.
I know we're big fans of her. She's still kind of a Goldeneye in my heart, and yeah, I'm really excited for her.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And not with the Goldeneyes either. But playing for UBC, playing for the UBC women's team.
Yes.
Vanessa Schaefer is playing for Switzerland.
That's right. So a player from our UBC team
is
also going to the Olympics, which is so cool. You never really get youth sports players in the Olympics, do you? Unless they're playing for like a smaller country like Switzerland.
Yeah. So I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, I know. She was also playing the World Championships last year, and I was like, that's our player.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just incredible.
I know. We're going to be seeing the UBC team play next week at home. So I'm like, do I make a sign? You don't really ever make signs at university hockey games. But maybe I just will slap it up at the glass, leave it there for her. Like, hey, we're proud of you for making Team Switzerland.
Should. Also, wait, is next week... More interlude, please. Saying,
Vanessa Schaefer has made the Olympics. This is a big moment for our school and our city and for Switzerland. I'm really happy. I hope that she gets to have a big moment at some point. You know, she gets to be in a locker room with Alina Müller. That's really, really cool. Okay, yeah?
Okay, perfect. So next week, it's the Winter Classic at UBC.
Oh, that's right.
Where it's like the big hockey festival at UBC. So I also wanted to shout that out and say that if you're this far into the episode and living in the Vancouver area and you want to see fun hockey, two teams, the men's and the women's team, obviously, maybe consider buying a ticket and showing up and seeing Vanessa Schaefer.
Yeah, it's also like cheap as dirt. So if you want to come along and see Olympian Vanessa Schaefer, then you should definitely do that.
Exactly. Like, please, you might see the next, again, not to keep going like the next PWHL draft pick, but you might. So yeah.
That's really awesome. Yeah, I think I will actually try to make a sign.
Yeah, that's the UBC Winter Classic on the January 23rd.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Be there or be square.
Wait, is that the same day as the Scepters?
Give me another minute. Is 22nd.
Oh, the 22nd. Yeah. Oh, thank God.
So we basically just get 2 days of exciting live hockey.
Yeah.
In a row. We get
Beautiful.
Scepters, and then we get Winter Classic.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes. Woo!
Woo!
Okay. And speaking of kind of the international hockey that we were talking about, the U18s is currently happening right now.
Yes.
The U18s Women's Worlds that are happening in Cape Breton in Sydney and Membertou. I don't know exactly how to pronounce the name of that community. But yeah, so that's happening right now, and it's really, really fun. One gripe that I do have, and this actually pisses me off so much.
Let's go, yeah.
Is the fact that TSN is broadcasting the games, but only the games that Canada or USA are playing in. So all the other teams, if they're playing a country that isn't USA or Canada, don't get to be aired on TSN.
Yeah, and of course that's the main way that people would think to view this.
Exactly, in Canada. And it is highly irritating to me because I am a Team Czechia fan. Okay? Yeah. I support Team Czechia. Now, this is a lot of the players are new this year, so I'm not super familiar with a lot of them. I kind of miss my old U18 squad. But anyway, I want to watch the games to get more familiar with the new players. And I can't unless they're playing Canada or the USA. They did play the USA, I think, yesterday. It was a 9-1 loss, which is kind of disheartening.
Yeah.
But you know what? They played great in the other game that I wasn't able to watch.
Yes. Also, the fun thing about, sorry, unless you had more to say.
No, yeah.
The fun thing about the U18s, the women's, is that every single team goes to the playoffs. Am I correct?
No, there is a relegation.
Oh, okay,
I
there's a
think.
relegation.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
There are only 4 teams in each group, though.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually not sure. Wait, pause it.
Okay. This is not going to be a pause. It's going to be intermission sing-along.
Okay, sing.
Tell me now. Tell me now. Tell me now. Do we have a relegation round? Da-da-da-doo-da-da-dee. I think we do, but we might also have everyone going to the playoffs. Remains to be seen.
Woo!
Woo.
Okay, let me have a look.
What's it telling you?
I might actually have to cut this, guys. Help!
We'll see.
Oh my god.
Okay, I've run out of things to sing.
Yeah,
I'm also eagerly awaiting an answer as to, because I raised the question and now I don't know the answer. I mean, obviously, because I asked, but
Okay. Finding information quickly online on the IHF website is hell.
The
I just looked at
IHF
Wikipedia.
website.
It didn't help me.
no.
I'm trying to do this at speed.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it would have to make sense for there to be like a quarterfinal, semifinal, final for every team to go, because you have 8 teams, and that would be, you would have to have those matchups.
Bro, I straight up don't know.
Okay.
I think there is a relegation game though. I know that for sure.
Okay.
And the reason that I know that is because I'm really worried about Finland right now. Actually,
Oh no.
Finland they were beaten really badly by Slovakia.
Oof.
Which
I
was
mean, Slovakia has obviously.
Lopushinova,
Yeah.
but that was especially concerning because Slovakia was beaten 13-0 by the USA.
What?
So Slovakia, I was like, oh my god, Slovakia is bad. Like Lopushinova didn't. I think I'm pronouncing her name wrong, but I'm sorry. Anyway, she got just shot on a couple shots on goal or whatever. You know, she wasn't able to create. You know, the team is thoroughly outmatched. I watched the first period of that game. It was 6 a.m. I hadn't slept yet.
Oh my god.
And it was 5-0 before the end of the first period. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to bed now. And it only got worse from there, I guess. That Slovakia team beat Finland today.
Yeah.
And by quite a large amount, actually. It wasn't really a close game. So I'm concerned about Finland. They were also blown out, I think, by Canada in pre-tournament action. So what's going on with Finland? The senior team is good, obviously. You have your Tapanese, you have your Holopainens, your Karvanens, you know, your excellent players. What is happening with the Finnish junior women's ranks? Are they always this bad at the U18? Like, are they just like, every year we're a relegation candidate, but, you know, we make it later on or whatever? Like, what's happening?
Well, I'm trying to think of a comparable. I can't really think of one. I guess the only thing to me is the fact that, not to bring up the NHL, but Germany has a few really good players like Draisaitl and, you know, Seider and all that, but also at the same time they're constantly also being relegation candidates in the World Juniors. So I'm thinking,
yeah, I'm just like, I'm worried about Finland. I don't know. I don't want to see them relegated. And well,
we can keep an eye on that.
Yeah. I think today we're actually missing the Canada game because we're recording. Yeah. Canada is playing Hungary. So I guess we'll see how Hungary stacks up against one of those really top teams.
Yeah.
I don't know. My prediction for the relegation game, I guess now is Finland and Hungary.
Okay. I know it's U18s, and you don't really know all the players yet. I don't really know many players at all in the U18s currently. But if you had to pick one player to be plucked from the team and be added to the Goldeneyes in the future, who would it be?
Oh, wait, which team?
Any team.
Any team.
We're an international sport.
Okay, well, currently, I think the leading point scorer, perhaps also the leading goal scorer, the player that I saw score a bunch of goals anyway, for the USA is Jane Daly.
Okay.
I'm not the only one who's like, oh my god, Jane Daly, tournament of a lifetime so far. We're not even like halfway through like the preliminary round right now, I think, but she's been really, really...
Okay.
I watched her score a bunch of goals, and I was like, anyway. Yeah. It's always kind of like, you know, someone really annoys you, and then you're like, okay, well, if you're so good that you're annoying, then maybe you can just be on my side, and you'll be endearing instead of annoying.
I like that. I like that answer a lot. Okay,
yeah.
Bookmarking that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Also, I did put you on the spot there. I do want to say, like, I did not pre-vet that question or anything. You didn't really know, but yeah.
Again, we did just finish World Juniors, the men's World Juniors, the U20 tournament, and going from that, it just ended to the U18s. The women's worlds is so disappointing. The media coverage is not there. The games being shown on TV aren't there.
Yeah, I mean,
the hype is so much reduced. And I'm thinking, okay, part of it is also kind of the U20 versus U18 thing. But this is the only tournament that women really have at that junior level. And you can just kind of feel like the sting of misogyny all around as soon as you go into women's U18 season. It's really depressing.
It's like there's a reason why the men's U20 tournament, World Juniors, whatever, has this mythology.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, yeah, again, clear reason why why women's U18s don't have the same kind of cultural force, I suppose, is because women's hockey has historically also not had that same cultural force for the exact same reason that you just mentioned. So. Yeah. It's
just it's kind of sobering and kind of depressing, and it does actually make me think we need a women's U20s as
yes,
well.
Obviously.
Because I mean, I watch a lot of men's junior hockey as well, and I remember I watched the U18s and I watched the U20s, and you can kind of follow the progression of kind of an age group actually through that. And it's a lot of fun to kind of see, oh wait, I watched that guy at U18s and now he's at U20s or whatever. It's really kind of fun because you know that after that, a lot of them will not make it onto the senior team. You kind of get, you know, like a couple of good years with a group of players that you kind of enjoy watching. You don't have that with the women.
Yeah.
It's the U18s. A lot of them will stick around for a lot of U18s. A lot of players make the U18s really young, like even as young as 15 or 16. So you kind of get a couple more years of them there, but then once they're past the age of 18, unless they make their senior team, you might not ever see them again.
Yeah, like not to say that we're never going to see them again.
No, not to say that.
But like for instance, Chloe Primerano did not make the Olympic team. No, like all the entire Canada Olympic rosters, they're mostly like PWHL.
Oh, they're all PWHL.
They're all PWHL. They're all vets basically. So like if you want to see Chloe Primerano on the big stage, she's aged out of U18s, and now you have to watch the NCAA. And you know, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be watching the NCAA. You should probably be watching the NCAA. I just do not really have the time to do that.
Exactly.
But yeah, so that's like the only opportunity. You can't see her on like a big stage where people's attention are focused on that.
Yeah, and again, this is also just from a purely kind of like fan perspective of I want to watch the players that I enjoyed watching when they were 18. I want to watch them when they're older than that.
Yeah.
You know, and give them more opportunities. But you know, it's also just kind of I feel like from even more of like a scouting standpoint or whatever, just kind of like in checkpoints for people who are more professional than we are and who are actually involved in the game. I feel like that would also be a huge help because I know that, I mean, for the men's U20s, people do talk about it as like a scouting event. Also, I mean, the draft age there in the men's game is younger, but you know, it's kind of that checkpoint where you can kind of check in a big international tournament. Everyone's playing against people their own age, highly skilled elite players. And that's like a good check-in.
Yeah.
I feel like women's hockey also needs that check-in. I think we're kind of getting there.
Yeah.
You know, but also the issue is there are a lot of blowouts.
And it's also a little bit different because
in the women's game. The disparity between the countries is bigger.
Well, that used to happen in the men's all the time.
Yeah.
So that's not an excuse.
I know. It is. You can kind of see it. You can kind of see which countries really kind of have the funding and everything for their women's players, and which countries kind of lack that. And
yeah, this is to me kind of feels like a chicken and the egg situation. Obviously, I don't know how these tournaments are funded or, you know, what the funding situation is like in these various countries. But if you had a tournament, a U20 tournament that you could build towards, would that not be an incentive to have more funding put into women's hockey and like start these kids off? And you know, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just totally naive, but
yeah. I'd like to think maybe like the PWHL might be part of that now. Like there is kind of professional league. We need to expand the PWHL, and I think we need more women's hockey supports in more places. And
oh my god, I have so many.
I love women's hockey. I love international hockey. I love when those two things come together. And I'm having a lot of fun watching the U18s, and you should also watch the U18s. And unfortunately, in Canada, you can only watch the USA-Canada games legally. So
yeah, pay attention to the last word.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I just like to, if anyone from the IIHF is watching this,
I'm sure many of you are watching
TSN.
This. Yeah.
We want expanded TV coverage of the U18's women's tournament, and we want a U20 tournament too, with a lot of hype and a lot of zing.
And this is our message.
And this is our message and our manifesto to you.
Yeah, exactly. To the people in charge and to the people broadcasting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay!
So that was kind of basically everything that we kind of wanted to talk about in this episode.
Yeah.
Oh wait, one last thing.
All right. Oh, this is our first wait of the episode. That's nuts. Okay. Give it.
Like the travel.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, we've been talking about. You know,
so we're pivoting back to the Goldeneyes specifically.
Back to the Goldeneyes. Yeah. They have this basically month-long stretch in January where they don't come home except for the 22nd. I was wondering, what do you do on a road trip like that?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Like, you can't just be living in a hotels for an entire month, right?
That would be insane.
Because I feel like I saw recently, like, a Mashmeyer, like a TikTok by Mashmeyer or something, where she said that we're going on, like, our first of a number of trips or something. So it seems like there were, like, shorter trips. You fly somewhere, and then I guess they fly back home, and then they do it again for, like...
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you do that?
If that's how I would assume you'd have to do that, because, again, if you only have a certain number of games...
Yeah,
you know,
there's not that many games.
You can't just be bumming around in Boston for like a week. You know? I mean, I guess you could, but you know,
it seems kind of crazy.
You might as well just not rent in Vancouver if that would be the situation.
And I was wondering, like, are they just like leaving their apartments for like an entire month? Like, surely not. Yeah, but yeah, that kind of got me thinking. That is so much flying.
Yeah,
that is so much flying. I've flown to Toronto twice in my life. 5-hour flight. Kind of miserable, totally sucked, and I can't imagine doing that multiple times a month. Oh no, evil. Yeah. Anyway, I feel really bad for the Goldeneyes. I feel like travel, it might be a little bit of a cope statement, saying, oh, they're bad on the road because of travel, but like, oh my god,
it's at least a factor.
It's a huge factor, I think.
Yeah, because again, people did not think we'd get a team, or there were questions about that in Vancouver because of the travel.
There was a bit of disparity between the Goldeneyes and the Seattle Torrent, when it came to that early travel schedule. Vancouver went on a long road trip right away, basically. We know how that one ended.
Yeah.
0 out of 9 points. Not a good time. Just memory hole that one. Seattle, they were on the road for their first game, but that's just really just a jaunt up the border. Yeah. They were able to just be at home for a long time at the beginning of the season, and there was a little part of me that gets a little jealous, gnawing little evil creature inside me that's just like, it's not fair.
Why do they get to be at home?
Yeah, like, why do they get to be at home and have a lot of practice time and get used to each other, and then the Goldeneyes are immediately sent out on the road? Not fair, but I guess you have to do that, right? But I don't know. I mean, you could have 2 teams on the road at once, but maybe this is also because we're twins. And we were kind of raised with the everything must be fair attitude. Yeah. And maybe a little bit of that has stuck with me to like kind of like...
Now the Torrent and the Goldeneyes are twins.
Exactly. They're like expansion twins, and we're just like, that's not fair. But like, it is this evil little creature that I just have to like settle down.
Tamp down a little bit.
Yeah. It's like, life isn't fair, babe.
I know. And the thing is, like, we have the same amount of points in the standings.
Yeah.
Very funny, also very twin-like of us, you know. Yeah, well, Seattle, I wish you well.
Back to international hockey, actually.
Oh my god. Okay.
There are twins on the Canadian team.
Oh.
Yeah.
U18s.
U18s.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Chelsea and Kaylee Tiller.
Wow. Are there any other twins in the tournament?
I have no idea. I don't think so, but there are twins on the Canadian team, which I'm really happy.
I heard there might be twins on the German team.
Really?
Yeah.
But I know there definitely are on the senior team.
Okay. Maybe I'm thinking with the senior team. Okay, I am thinking with the senior team. Sorry. Yeah.
The Vedka twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have twins at the Olympics with the Vedka twins, and we have twins at the U18s with Canada, the Tillers.
Yeah.
So we're very happy.
Let's go!
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay, and I think with that, and anything else to add for today's episode?
I think that's all the thoughts I have. I mean, I have many more thoughts, but...
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
For our next episode, we will have more international hockey discussion, and we're getting in a friend of ours to also hopefully talk about that stuff, who knows a lot about the international game, and can probably provide more insightful thoughts about that than us going, wait a second, is there a relegation? There is a relegation. Yeah.
Or like, I thought there were twins on the junior. Like, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, but we're getting someone in who will know a lot about that, and we're really excited to talk to them about all the international hockey stuff, because I love international hockey, and we hope you do too. And we're about to hit international hockey season. We are the Olympics.
We are in that season.
We're in it, and we're about to hit turbo international hockey.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a lot of fun to hopefully talk about that very, very soon.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye. Wait. Should we do the Goldeneyes song?
Yes.
Vancouver Goldeneyes.
Vancouver Goldeneyes.
Vancouver Goldeneyes.
How could we have forgotten that?